Hey everybody, we're going to be doing March for Two Drums, all right? So March for Two Drums, some of you guys were saying you were having problems pulling off the flams and the buzzes, right? And sometimes the buzzes, because of just the material, the drum pad at home was a little tricky. So I'll tell you what, we're going to do some music that does not have that, and hopefully this will be a lot more enjoyable for you. March for Two Drums by Morris Goldenberg. This piece was written in 1964, been around forever. And if you look at it, it says moderato. And the tempo is 122 beats per minute. It's about marching speed. We're not going to do that when we practice. We're going to be practicing at half the speed at 64 beats per minute. All right, so taking a quick look at measures 1 and 2, we need to have two different sound surfaces, okay? So something that's high and something that's low. All right, so for the high pitch sound, you could use, a textbook, right, or your table. Just don't mess up your table. And for the low pitch sound, you could use your pad or a pillow or something. All right, so something that's high and something that's low. All right, pause this video, find something, show your teacher. All right, cool. That wasn't that hard. So, all right, now that you have something that's high and something that's low, we're going to be looking at the first four measures of this piece, all right? First four measures of this piece, I want you to look and tell me, what do you notice from the first four measures of this piece? Good, thanks for sharing. All right, so let me break it down. First of all, we're in 2/4, so that means there's only 2 beats per measure. All right, and you'll notice that in each measure there's only 2 beats. But wait a second, some of you guys say, hey, that looks like a huckleberry. That looks like a bunch of 16th notes. And I'm telling you right now, that's not. Those are 8th notes. And how we know that is because there's only 1 beat on top. So measure 1 is going to be counted 1 and 2 and. And also, you're going to also notice, if you look at it, it's on the line, the third space, right? It's higher up than the second measure. So that's going to be the higher drum. And the second measure is 1 and 2 and, but that's going to be on the lower drum. That's on the first space. All right, so here we go. I'm going to throw on my metronome. 1 and 2, and I'll do it first. Here we go. 1 and 2, and my turn, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, your turn and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and again, 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let me pause here. Some of you guys are trying to do the first drum with just one hand. Some of you guys are doing this. 1 and 2 and the next drum with the other hand. 1 and 2 and yes, you could pull that off, but what I want you to do is get used to just alternating. It will help you with your technique, okay? So what we're going to do, as much as we possibly can, is we're going to alternate our hands. Let's try it again one more time. Measures 1 and 2. 1, 2, again, alternate. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, again, nice job. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let's look at measures 3 and 4. What do you notice? Ah, yeah, exactly, right? It's exactly the same. Let's try it. All right, measures 3 and 4. 1, 2, measures 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let's do measures 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and ready, alternate. Go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, again and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let's look at the next 2 measures. All right, looks like it's only 2 on a drum. Here we go. I'll go first. 1, 2, measure 4 and 5. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, your turn and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, one more time, alternate. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let's look at the next 2 measures. Measures 7 and 8. 1, 2, and ready, my turn. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, and ready again. Watch. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Your turn. Be sure you read what's on the line. Don't forget the higher space is the higher drum. Here we go. 1, 2 measures 7 and 8, 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. All right, let's focus on measures 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, alternating go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let's do measures 1 to 8. We got this. 1, 2, play with me and go now. 1 and 2 and 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 1, 2 again and go. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. All right, let's speed it up just a little bit. Okay, that was 64 beats per minute. Let's speed it up to 78 beats per minute. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and with me go now. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Don't cheat, alternate those hands. Let's try it again. 1, 2 again and go. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. All right, let's move it up one more. 92 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready with me. 1 and 2 and 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 1, 2 again and go. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. You know what? I lied. Let's try it up to tempo. Let's go to 122 beats per minute. Okay, the way Morris Goldenberg wrote this. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 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 1, 2 again and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 last time and go. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. All right, that's March for Two drums. Wish you luck, and yeah, feel free to stop the video at any time. You know, every time I put these videos up, feel free to stop anytime on any section to work with your class or to work individually. Have fun, take care, and bye.